Welcome back, readers! It's Justin again. Last time, the Teleporter app showed us that words really can take us anywhere by transporting us to the biggest desert on Earth, Antarctica. And that's just one of the millions of amazing places we can explore through reading. I thought that today the Teleporter could help us explore another of the world's largest deserts, the Sahara. I asked the app for a text about life in the Sahara, and, well, it delivered. It really delivered. It didn't just find one passage, it gave me an entire ebook, chapters, sections, probably enough information to keep me reading until next Tuesday. Don't get me wrong, it looks awesome, but where am I even supposed to start? In our last lesson, we learned that one of the main reasons authors write is to inform. When a writer's goal is to teach readers true facts about a topic, they create what's known as an informational text. Unlike fictional texts, which are meant to be read from start to finish, informational texts are organized in a way that helps you find exactly what you want to learn, even if you don't read the whole thing. Informational texts have special tools to guide us called text features. They are items that are in and around the main text that help readers easily navigate or get around the text. So we can use text features to navigate the informational text the Teleporter found for us. Life in the Sahara, the Tuareg people. Okay, I'll be honest, I don't know much about this topic. I don't even know what I don't know. Luckily, informational texts usually have a text feature right at the beginning that can help us here. The table of contents. A table of contents is a list of the main sections or chapters in a text. By reading over the titles in the list, we can get a pretty good overview of what the text will cover. Looking at this table of contents, we can already spot a few big ideas the author wants to teach us. Where the Sahara is, who the Tuareg people are, and different parts of their daily life and culture. Without reading a single page, this text feature gives us a sense of what to expect from the text. The table of contents also helps us to find specific information. Each title is paired with a page number, so if there's something we want to learn right away, we can just go straight there instead of working through the whole text. So, which page would we turn to if we wanted to read about the type of houses the Tuareg people live in? Page 36, where the section on Tuareg homes and community life starts. How about if we were curious about what the Tuareg people wear? That information would probably be in the section titled Clothing and the Blue People, so we'd go to page 50. I think nomadic life in the desert sounds pretty interesting, so let's head to page 22. And here we are. Take a second to pause the video and just observe how this page is organized. What do you notice? What stood out to you? When I look at this page, I notice that the text is broken into sections, each with its own title. These larger titles are called headings. They tell us what the text coming up is mostly about. So both of these sections are going to be about how the Tuareg people travel. What are these paragraphs going to be about? How the Tuareg people live day to day. Beneath the headings are subheadings. Subheadings break the big idea into smaller, more specific parts. For example, under the heading about how the Tuareg people travel, we have the subheadings moving with the seasons and traveling across the Sahara. These describe what each smaller chunk of text will teach us. Headings and subheadings help organize informational texts so readers can move through the information easily. They make big topics less overwhelming and help us locate the exact details we're looking for. Did anything else stand out on those pages? You might have noticed that some words within the paragraphs are bold. These bolded words are called keywords. Authors might bold certain words to mark them as important vocabulary or ideas readers should pay attention to. Bold keywords can also help us locate information quickly. If we're scanning the page to find something specific, like how the Tuareg people find water, we can look for bolded words that relate to that idea. During the hottest months, Tuareg families travel to an oasis, a place in the desert where water collects and plants can grow. Sometimes you'll spot a keyword you want to learn more about, like this word, pastoralists. What does that mean? Well, it's a keyword, so it must be important vocabulary, but the author didn't really explain it here. When we need a more complete explanation of a keyword, there's a text feature to help us, the glossary. The glossary is usually found near the back of the text. It lists keywords from the text in alphabetical order with their definitions. So if we look up pastoralists in the glossary, we find out that it means people who raise and care for herd animals. But what if you want to read more about a topic than just its definition? That's when we use the index. The index is also an alphabetical list of important words and topics from the text found in the back of the book. But instead of definitions, you'll find the page numbers where that word is used in the text. Pastoralist appears on page 9, page 22, and page 23. I think we should go to page 9 first. The first time a word is used will probably have the clearest explanation. All right, page 9. By looking at the headings, subheadings, and keywords, can you see where we should look to learn about pastoralists? This subheading says pastoralism, and this keyword says pastoralists, so this section seems like a great place to start. Here we can see that pastoralists are people who herd animals and move them to different grazing areas throughout the year. The author explains that Tuareg pastoralists travel long distances and use knowledge passed down through generations to decide when and where to move their herds. So the index helped us to find the page with the information we wanted, and then the headings, subheadings, and keywords helped us lock in on the part of the page that explained it. But they didn't stop me from noticing something interesting that I wasn't looking for. As we were reading this page, this detail about Tuareg clothing being dyed with indigo really caught my eye. Why indigo? Is it important to their culture? I'd love to learn more. In your guided notes, list at least 3 different ways we could use text features to find more information about Tuareg clothing. Any of the text features we learned today could help us. The table of contents could point us to the chapter on clothing. Headings, subheadings, and bolded keywords would help us spot the right section. And we can find relevant definitions or page numbers by checking the glossary or index. These text features all work together so we can navigate informational texts like pros. Great work today, readers. Remember, words can take you anywhere. Where will they take you next? I'll see you next time.
Hey, hey.